Ever go down one of those internet rabbit holes and
Mhm.
like you come out the other end and you're like, whoa, what just happened?
Totally. Yeah.
I feel like that's what today's going to be like
Yeah.
because we're diving deep into Google's latest AI projects,
Yep.
Gemma and PaliGemma.
These are fascinating.
And I feel like everyone's heard these whispers
Right.
about like, oh, AI is going to revolutionize search. It's going to be more human.
Yeah. More intuitive.
More into it. Exactly. Gemma and PaliGemma are like the embodiment of that.
Absolutely. And they're not just whispers anymore. These are like full-blown conversations happening.
Okay, so let's start with Gemma.
Okay.
Because I feel like this one is maybe a little bit easier to wrap our heads around.
Yeah, it's a more accessible one for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so imagine this. You're working on something. You need to do some research.
Yep.
But instead of like typing in keywords,
Right.
you just have a conversation with Google.
I love that.
Like you would ask a friend.
It's like having a research assistant right there with you.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, just like a friend.
Exactly.
Who's really knowledgeable in that area.
And that's Gemma, like at its core.
Exactly. And what's so cool about Gemma is it uses natural language processing, which means that it's not just looking at the keywords you're typing in. It's actually trying to understand the intent, the nuances behind your questions, like a human would in a conversation.
It's less about like best running shoes and more about like, ugh, my feet hurt. I've been running too much. What do I do?
Exactly like, I'm training for a marathon. My feet overpronate. I need shoes that won't break the bank.
Yes.
What are my options?
Yes. Give me the top 3.
Precisely.
Don't give me.
It's all about context.
Yeah.
And really understanding what's the why behind your search.
Yes.
What are you actually trying to get to the bottom of?
I love that.
Not just the surface level question.
Okay.
But what's the real heart of your inquiry?
Okay, so Gemma, I think we've got a pretty good handle on.
Yeah.
If Gemma is like our friendly research buddy,
Yes.
then PaliGemma is.
Ooh, PaliGemma is like.
This is where it gets really cool.
Okay.
PaliGemma is like.
The genius professor?
Yes, the genius professor who has like a photographic memory.
Yes.
And has read every book ever written.
And they're just like waiting there to.
Exactly. Answer all of your obscure questions.
PaliGemma is powered by Google's PaliLem, which is their pathways language model.
Okay.
And so this is not just about understanding your questions. It's about connecting information from a vast amount of sources to provide like truly insightful answers.
Okay.
It's the next level.
So it's like Gemma can find you like the vegan lasagna recipe, but PaliGemma will like analyze every single ingredient.
Exactly.
Tell you like the nutritional content.
Exactly.
And then be like, but if you swap this out for that, then it's even better.
Exactly. And it can connect it to your dietary restrictions or your preferences, whatever it might be.
Okay.
So it's like you said, Gemma is the intuitive conversation.
Yeah.
PaliGemma is like that deep analysis.
That's amazing.
It can handle those complex, multifaceted questions that just require more than just a surface level answer.
Okay, so I just want to make sure like I'm understanding this.
Yeah.
Gemma is like, I'm having a chat with the librarian.
Okay.
Like, they get me. They know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
PaliGemma is like, I've got like a whole research team.
Yes.
Like down in the archives.
That's a great analogy.
You were like, we'll get this for you.
It is. Because we don't have
it's amazing.
all of the specifics yet on like how Google plans to actually roll this out.
Right.
But it's clear that like these tools are pushing the boundaries of how we're going to find and access and understand information. Like this is a
kind of like
huge leap forward.
Scary, but also really exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
It's definitely both. And I think what's really interesting is how they're both being designed to understand not just what we ask, but like the reasoning behind the question.
Yes.
Like, why are we asking this question? What are we trying to get at?
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes this different than just like a keyword search.
Yes.
It's like it understands the nuance.
Okay, so now I'm going to like bring us back down to earth for a second.
Okay.
We've got these like amazing AI tools. But how does this actually work? Like, where would we see Gemma and PaliGemma like in our lives?
So the most obvious integration point, I think, is going to be Google search itself. Like imagine going onto Google and you've got like the option to either do your standard search or you can toggle over to like a Gemma-powered conversational search or even better yet, like a blend of both.
Oh, that's cool.
Right.
So I could like start with a Gemma conversation to like really narrow down and it'd be like, okay, PaliGemma, take it from here.
Exactly. Like Gemma can help you clarify your needs.
Yes.
And then PaliGemma can kind of swoop in and handle like the really complex, multifaceted questions.
Oh my gosh, they're a power couple.
They are.
That's amazing.
They're the dream team.
Okay.
And think about, this could be helpful for anything.
Yeah.
Not just research, but like
planning a trip.
Exactly.
All the things.
You need help planning a trip.
Yes.
Gemma can handle like the back and forth of finding flights, hotels that fit your budget.
And then if I'm like, oh, but wait, I also need to like make sure that my passport's going to be valid.
PaliGemma will swoop in, check the latest travel advisories.
Have you considered this?
Exactly.
Wow.
Or imagine PaliGemma embedded in Google Scholar.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like for academics, researchers who are sifting through tons of data.
Yeah.
Trying to find the most relevant studies.
That's incredible.
That's where I think this has the potential to be so impactful.
It's like instead of having to go find all those experts, they just like come to me.
Exactly. They're at your fingertips.
And they're available 24/7.
24/7, and they're constantly learning. Like,
oh my God.
As more information becomes available, they get smarter, more intuitive.
So, okay, let's like bring it back down to you listening right now. Okay.
You are, let's just say, knee-deep in a research project right now.
Okay.
You're like, oh my gosh, I have so many questions.
Yes.
How does this change your life?
It's about empowerment, right? Imagine a world where you're not limited by the time it takes to like sift through all this information.
Yes, all the things I don't know.
You don't have to be the expert because you have the expert right there at your fingertips. And so it can help you unlock insights, make connections that you might not have made on your own. And that to me is like incredibly powerful.
So it's not about like AI replacing human intelligence. It's like AI.
It's augmenting it.
Amplifying.
Yes, it's giving us the tools to be more curious, more informed, more capable.
Like we can do so much more.
Yeah, exactly. With the help of...
And it can democratize access to knowledge.
Oh my God.
And understanding, which can be transformative, not just for us as individuals, but for like entire fields of study for humanity.
It's like we've always had all these doors that are locked, and it's like Gemma and PaliGemma.
They're giving you the keys.
Here are the keys. Go explore.
Go explore. Go learn, discover.
Oh my gosh.
So exciting.
Okay, so I think what we're really getting at here is that Gemma and PaliGemma aren't just about making search better. Right. It's like this is going to fundamentally change how we learn, how we explore, how we understand.
And I think it's just the beginning.
The world around us.
Like this is the tip of the iceberg, I think.
It's mind-blowing.
It's a really exciting time to be curious.
It is a really exciting time to be curious. And on that note, we are going to wrap up this deep dive, but I'm going to leave you with this thought. Like, what if the answer to that question that you've always had is suddenly just a conversation away?
Ooh.
What would you ask?